Hi, welcome to the free cooking class. Today we are making freezer to sheet pan meals. We are so excited that you've taken this first step towards dinner freedom.
Oh, dinner freedom. I am Christy and this is Charla, and we are from Freezer Meals 101. We have been doing this for a very long time, and so we wanted to teach you how to do what we do. So you're going to learn today
how to get your freezer stacked. You're gonna hopefully make your first stack.
About what we mean by stack is you're gonna have to just show them a picture. When you open up your freezer and all of your meals are there, bam, 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 and they make this nice little column, it's a perfect stack.
And you feel this sense of accomplishment.
And a little bit of relief.
So much relief. Like, we used to be the frazzled, busy moms who could never figure out how the other moms seem to be able to get their kids fed and still get to soccer practice.
Yes, so we have an answer for that, and it's called freezer meals.
Yes, and that has saved our butts and totally transformed how we do life, really, because it's made such a difference.
Yeah, it really has. It really has. So we've been longtime friends, we are neighbors, and we both happen to already do freezer meals, which was kind of funny. And so when we realized that, we started doing them together. And so every 3 months for the next 10 years,
yes,
we would get together and make over 100 freezer meals. And so we got really good at it. Yeah. And so then, we decided to teach the world. The world will be better for knowing about freezer meals.
Because it saves you time, saves you money, most of all, saves you the mental load.
Yeah, it's absolutely
That's the
true.
That we're excited for you to be here because we're going to show you today. We're going to walk through this with you. So you should have gotten an email already that has your PDF in it.
Now I'm going to point something out before you get there. This is what it looks like when you see it online. When you go to print it, you don't get this cover page, and I'll tell you why. You're going to get this cover page, and it's because I care about your printer ink. This is a little extravagant. It's very pretty. It's professionally done. But it would use a lot of your printer ink. So when you print yours, it's going to look like this, and that is A-okay. It was intentional. So I don't want you to feel duped that you didn't get the fancy one. Let me tell you, if you want the fancy one, email us and I'd be happy to send it to you.
And before Christy goes through what's in your PDF, I'm just gonna let you know that if you didn't get your PDF yet, check your spam folder in your email. It will be there. If not, drop us an email and we'll send another one to you because you're gonna need this to get cooking.
Absolutely. So first page obviously is your cover, and then I didn't print it because you don't have to. There's going to be a copyright page. So it starts out with what we are making today. Let me tell you, we're making pesto chicken and vegetables, sheet pan chicken fajitas, Cajun chicken and root vegetables, and let me tell you, that's going to be your favorite one. I just know it right now because it's mine. Beef and broccoli, sweet and sour meatballs. It's got notes for this particular plan. It's got notes for all our plans because we have more plans than just this one. Then it's got a prep list. I'm going to skip ahead a few pages and show you something else that you need to know before you know about the prep list. But this is part of the stuff that you have to do in order to cook with us. On the second to last, actually it's third last page, pardon me, here's your grocery shopping list. It's been broken down into categories. So here's your meat, here's your produce, here's your pantry, your seasonings, and whatever frozen and whatever else you need, like your storage. So in this case, we use the freezer bags for storage. All of this is right here. It tells you how much you need of everything. So you can just go to the grocery store if you already have some of this in your freezer, because if you're like us and you happen to have like 4 cases of kernel corn, then you don't need to buy it. You can scratch it off. And then back to the meat of the PDF, then is our prep list. So we know you need to slice some of these chicken breasts that you're going to buy. You're going to slice up some of the garlic rings that you're going to buy. And you're going to peel and dice your yams, sweet potatoes, and your butternut squash, and your zucchini, and your onions, and what else? Carrots and peppers. So you're gonna have all of that prep ready to go. And what have we been busy doing to do this class?
Prep.
We've been getting our prep ready because prep's important. You need to get the prep ready for the assembly to go smoothly.
And we're gonna give you another tip here, and that is that one thing that saves you time when you're doing freezer meals, because you're making multiple meals at one time, is not just the prep, that's an essential part, but also getting all of your ingredients out so that you're not rummaging around and running around your kitchen as you're trying to assemble these.
So then we have our recipes here. They're full recipes. These have already been
Tried and true.
Well, and freezer mealized.
Yes.
Not every recipe that you can find on the internet just wham bam works in a freezer scenario. There's sometimes things you have to do. So these are ready to go for your freezer, or if you just can't wait, you can just go ahead and cook these. They don't have to be frozen first either. So we have our recipes that you will have in your PDF. And then the last page.
This is Christy's favorite.
It is. I print mine separate. You can print it on just regular paper, but these are the labels. Years ago, when we first started doing freezer meals, the very first day that I showed up to Charlotte's house, and she had sat up the night before handwriting with a Sharpie with a marker.
And we did 86 meals that time.
Did
so
you?
It was 86
You remember?
bags.
You're so cute. 86 bags. She hand wrote what they were, and I have an admin background. I can run Word, like Microsoft Word, like a hot dang. And I said, no. There's a better way. And so ever since that first time, we have developed these labels. So I would get the list from her the night before and as many cooking instructions as I could. But then I would print out labels because I could do it in like 10 minutes at the touch of a button. So I will say I'm very proud of this brainchild. It's not really mind-blowing, but it is really helpful to have these things. And the other thing we don't on these ones today, the other thing we typically do is we put the date on.
Yes.
Because it's important to know when you made that freezer meal and it went into your freezer. You should eat them like within 3-ish months, maybe 6 months.
Yeah, they're good for at least 3 months in your freezer, but it's good to know when they went in because then you know how much time you have left. So in this class, we're going to teach you how to make these meals, and you can cook right along with us once you've done your prep and shopping. The other thing we're going to do is give you tips here and there about how to make freezer cooking more efficient, faster, just tips to make it better. At the end of this class, we are going to be sharing a coupon code with you that you can join our Freezer Meals 101 club with. Mm-hmm. So you probably want to stay tuned for that because the club is super valuable and takes all of the mental space out of actually doing the meals because we've done the work for all of that stuff for you. We've gone ahead and added all of our proteins into the bag. And the reason we did that is so that we could wash our hands in between and make sure not to cross-contaminate anything.
Yeah.
So
we're not here to poison anybody.
No. So I would suggest that you either add your proteins at the beginning or at the end. What we do if we're doing a big mega session is that we do one protein at a time. So we work with all chicken and all the beef and everything stays in our fridge. Then we work with all beef, then all seafood, etc.
It really does go by faster. Yeah, when we do ours, like we said, we're doing over 100 meals. So, like, if you're doing this many, do what you want. It's fine. It's not going to make or break you. When you are doing 30 plus recipes, that little bit of extra organization actually adds up and makes a big difference. Our first recipe is pesto chicken and vegetables. We start out with 4 chicken breasts, which we have in each bag. Disclaimer, today we have 3 in each bag because they are massive.
No, we have 4 in one bag.
Oh yes, you're right.
And 3 in one because they were bigger than the 4.
Yeah, it was funny how that works out sometimes. So, I mean, listen. Okay.
Our motto is done is better than perfect.
It's true. Sometimes you just got to jig things around to make it work. So 6 ounces of pesto, because that is like a 12 to 15 ounce container.
Yeah, it's half an
I would
inch, right?
just call it half. We're not going to measure that out again because
done is better than perfect.
you know, there's some common sense that you can apply. Now, if you want to measure out 6 ounces, please do if it makes you feel better. There is room for every kind of measuring in freezer meals, even if it's measuring with your heart.
That's
Like,
right.
like cheese and
Or
garlic.
Okay, so we've got our pesto in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to get crazy, you could quadruple each of these.
Oh, yeah. I made a
And-
face like getting crazy, but no, that's a good crazy.
Making, then you would end up with 20 meals instead of 10.
In that case, you might want to do it with a friend. When we do our big sessions, we do make mostly four of everything. And sure enough,
2 each.
One zucchini in each. Yeah,
Now, this is a nice, colorful one.
it is.
And whenever I see a colorful freezer meal, I always feel like it's healthier. And I feel like I'm feeding my kids super healthy.
It's true. Well, the extra color stand for different nutrients, like the carrots and the corn. They're gonna have extra beta carotene,
Yep.
you know. And I think a zucchini would be considered like a green vegetable. Maybe not like kale or broccoli or something, but you know, you're picking up what I'm putting down. 2 carrots, peeled and diced. And now that's 4 carrots in there.
Yeah.
Just so that, you know,
These are giant carrots.
they were big
so
carrots. I
This
know.
is gonna end up being a very large meal, but we've got 7 kids, or I have 7 kids.
She has 7
Christy
kids.
has 2.
I only have 2 kids, but you know, they like carrots. They can eat a can of kernel corn that's been drained.
Okay, now a note about cans.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do so many cans at a time when we do our giant mega sessions. Now, you don't have to start with giant mega sessions.
Please don't start with giant mega
No,
sessions.
you should start with something like this is perfect because you're going to get that experience of the stacked freezer and
Yes.
the dinner freedom and all that.
And it's kind of been helpful that you have the PDF and you have the recipes and the shopping list, and that part's all been done for you.
You could double your
you can
freezer
double
meals.
them. Yeah.
Or double your meals and eat one that night and have one in the freezer. That's nice too. But for our mega sessions, we have an electric can opener.
Yeah.
Because we're opening so many cans at once.
Today we don't have too many cans for this freezer meal session, but there are sometimes, you know, depending on what you're making, sometimes there is a lot of canned tomatoes, canned evaporated milk, stuff like that. It adds up. Okay, so a cup in each bag.
Is this the last ingredient?
No, maybe we better wait then.
Yeah.
We want a packet of dry ranch seasoning in each one.
So a packet is how much?
I think it's 3 tablespoons.
Okay.
I
Because
think it is 3 tablespoons. It isn't just I think it is. You can buy it in bulk. If you didn't know, you can buy ranch seasoning at Bulk Barn, and 3 tablespoons will be the equivalent to whatever comes in a little packet that you would buy in your salad dressing aisle at the grocery store.
and we're doing 1 and 1 today, one with the Bulk Barn seasoning and one with the packet, just to show you that there's multiple ways of getting to the same destination.
Absolutely. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. On our recipe, it says optional, 1/2 cup to 1 cup of frozen Brussels sprouts. Would you like to add them in today?
Yes.
Okay, I will go to the freezer. So, are you going to measure them or are you going to eyeball them?
I'm going to eyeball. She knew the answer before she asked.
I did. That's why I asked it. Now, they're getting pretty full over here.
Yep.
If you don't have a friend to help stand them up, you can put a freezer bag in like a big juice jug to hold it upright, especially if you're making a soup or something and you're adding lots of liquid in. And that's also why we chose to add the liquid in last.
And you can get those little stands that'll hold your bags up for you. So we find that if you just set the bag down and fold it over, you can have it fairly sturdy and stay up.
Yep.
For something like this, we're gonna add our liquid in last so that you can grab hold of the bag with one hand.
Here, I will help. So we're gonna zip these up, and then here's where the magic happens. You ready? We don't need bowls around here. We're just gonna stir it this way. Remember, these are full-size chicken breasts in there. Those are double-sized chicken breasts in that one. So what we're doing is we're marinating our chicken and seasoning it all at the same time. That ranch seasoning is like, it covers a multitude of sins. I don't know, it adds a nice layer of flavor. And that way you don't also need to add salt and pepper, right?
Okay, now,
Are we good and mixed?
look how colorful. Look how beautiful it is. Now we get to another very critical part, which is taking all the air that you can out. So we're gonna open the bag a little bit. Christy and I have different methods of doing this.
I'm a folder over and squeezer. And she's a scrunch and squeeze.
Yep. But they both work very effectively.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna squish it as flat as we can so that it takes up less space in your freezer. And then we're gonna add that trusty label. The nice thing about the labels too is that you can gift them to other people because they've got the cooking instructions.
So, pesto, chicken and vegetables.
So we are on to
sheet pan chicken fajitas.
woohoo!
All right.
One nice thing about sheet pan meals is that you don't have very many dishes.
No, you don't. You really don't. It's you could choose to put foil or parchment paper down on your sheet pan, and that way it's just a quick wipe as well.
Less dishes.
Even less dishes. So that's pretty fancy.
On the day that we go to make these, you take them out, you thaw them, you dump the bag onto the sheet pan, you put the sheet pan in the oven, and voila, dinner.
It's so easy.
So awesome.
Okay, we started with our chicken breasts in here. There's 3 of them, and these have been sliced. So that was part of our prep, is we sliced these and divided them in between the 2 bags here. We have in one bowl, because this is the only recipe that calls for the peppers, they're all together. 1 green pepper, 1 red pepper, and 1 yellow pepper, all sliced. And then, so we are just gonna divide the bowl evenly between the 2 bags. Again, keeping it as simple as we possibly can, because speed matters, simplicity matters. But we're not sacrificing health, we're not sacrificing looks or quality.
These are good, healthy meals.
Because we're being fast, you know.
Again, with the color, right?
I know.
We've got so much color in here, we're about to get more.
We are, because then we call for 1 red onion sliced. And I think there's 2, either they were giant.
No, I think there's 2 red onions in here, so 1 for each bag.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
We can tell who did not do the onions prep. Which is funny, because I'm almost always the onion prepper.
Yes, you are. Okay.
3 cloves of garlic minced. Now again, for simplicity, we get the big jar from Costco because you can't imagine the ton of garlic we go through in a year. Sure, if you want to stand there with your garlic press and do the thing, go ahead and do the thing. But for us, we're happy with the minced garlic like that. 2 to 3 tablespoons of fajita seasoning. Now, this is a special day to get to use our fajita seasoning mix because ours was a DIY. We made our own fajita seasoning mix, and it's extra kick, extra spicy, extra fajita.
It's extra good.
It is extra good. You can get fajita mix at the store. Like,
absolutely.
You don't have to make your own.
You don't have to make your own. You said 2 tablespoons?
2 to 3.
Okay. We're gonna do kind of a 2 and a bit.
what I love about this one, you do it on the sheet pan, but when you go to eat it, is yes, you can do them in a wrap with your fajita fixings, but if you don't have all of that stuff, you can just have this on rice. It's just
True
really
story.
good, just on rice, all by itself. So 3 tablespoons
Of olive oil?
of olive oil in each.
Okay.
Yeah, that's getting a little much to measure by heart.
Yes.
I wouldn't judge you if you just did a free pour. It would be
No,
okay.
and sometimes I do, but since we're doing like a cooking class today,
Yes.
we're gonna do it properly.
I'm so glad that we are doing a cooking class with you. I'm
so excited for you that you're gonna get to not have the 4 p.m. dinner dread.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so what the 4 p.m. dinner dread is
Mm-hmm.
it's the way that Christy and I lived before we discovered freezer meals.
That's true.
It's like every day at 4 o'clock.
You're like,
Oh, I forgot to take out something for supper. I forgot to plan supper. I don't know what to make for
what
supper.
am I gonna make for supper? Or, oh, they're gonna want to eat again.
So true.
It is so true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here, you shake one. I'll shake one.
Oh, look at that.
So pretty.
It's fajitas. It's like maracas. It's Mexican. Freezer meals are more fun with a friend.
Yes. You should get yourself a friend to do freezer meals with.
Yes, you should.
Because it makes the time fly by. We get lots of visiting in on our freezer meal days.
Yeah, we do. All right. I'm going to do my way.
So again, we're taking our air out.
Now, some people like the vacuum sealer. Go ahead and do that. Your food probably will stay in your freezer longer because there's like literally less air. But this is fine. Like we actually eat ours, we get them used up, and then we make more. So we don't find it a big issue.
No, we don't find that we get freezer burn. We will say that we use brand name freezer bags.
Yeah. I think it says that right in the notes for this plan. And it's true. But otherwise, yeah, just the freezer bags do the job.
Okay, labels. Label me.
Label you. Da, 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 da. Okay. These stick really well. They thaw really well. You can even, okay, here's a tip. Write this down. If you're running short on time and it's noon and you're like, ugh, I forgot to take something out for supper tonight, for dinner tonight, you can put your frozen freezer meal in your sink with a little bit of lukewarm water or room temperature water, give it 20 minutes, and that should be enough for
Not
it.
enough. Dump it on the pan.
Yeah, it's enough to just get it on the pan, right? Enough to loosen it. And the ink doesn't run, your label doesn't come off, it's all still there. Because then once you dump it on the pan and throw your bag out, and then 10 minutes later, you have to take your bag back out and look at the cooking instructions that you just threw out. It's still there, don't worry. Don't worry.
It's true.
They work out really well. Oh, okay, so we talked a little bit about our club. I'm gonna read a testimonial from Rose about our club. We love her. If you haven't joined the club, what are you waiting on? Seriously, I use this site every week. It's so easy to plan meals. Even if you don't use them as freezer meals, you can do a complete meal plan. Like, I love that she doesn't even care if she freezes them. She's just so
just,
happy.
Like, loves that it does the shopping list
It does
for
the
her.
shopping list for her. There are only 2 of us. I can pick my meals for the week. The program allows you to print a shopping list. If you want stickers for your freezer meals, you can reprint the stickers if you are making smaller freezer meals. Meaning, she will sometimes make a full-size meal and then she divides them and she'll just print extra stickers. Does that make sense? It really is worth the cost. In 2 months, you will be more than getting your money back. I don't get anything from this. She's talking about her testimonial. I truly find it to be amazing. I also make many of them as camping meals. That's really nice. She's lovely.
Yes.
Rose, we love you. Okay. Our next meal
is the Cajun. Now, Christy was like raving about this one, but it's true. My kids.
It is true.
For this meal, I actually have to take 2 of them out because we do have a large family, and so this feeds about 4. Some of these will feed 6. This recipe feeds 4, I think, and so I have to take 2 bags out and do 2 sheet pans, or actually I can fit both bags onto 1 sheet pan for this.
Yeah.
And it's huge in the bag, but it kind of cooks down. You'll see.
You'll see, and you're gonna love it. It's so simple.
And it's flavorful.
It's so flavorful.
Because the garlic sausage
and then the Cajun seasoning. Oh,
it's so good.
You guys, oh, I'm so excited that you get to eat this.
I'm so excited that you don't have to have 4 p.m. dinner anymore. But yes, she's right. You also get to taste them.
Yes. Okay, so we have some zucchini very coarsely chopped because your zucchini is not going to cook, or going to cook much faster than your butternut squash and your sweet potato. So they're a little bit heavier chopped. Does that make sense?
And the prep for this comes together really fast because these zucchinis are just so coarsely chopped. So
yes. You make up for it by having to peel a butternut squash.
I know.
Which is a bit of a chore, but again...
My daughter helped me this time.
Yeah. You know, freezer meals have been a really great way for us to get our families involved.
Yes.
Right from opening cans as little kids to stirring stuff to now our kids are teenagers and young adults in your case. And
they can come home from school and read the cooking instructions, and make the meal.
I was going to say, now they can help us with our prep, but
that too.
But that too. Okay, so we've combined ours in a bowl because they're all going to go in the same one.
Yeah.
Or we're going to divide these. So this is half a small sweet potato and a quarter of a butternut squash, coarsely cubed.
For each bag.
So that's for each bag. So in this bowl we have 1 sweet potato and a half a butternut squash.
Now, I figured since we bought the whole butternut squash, you know.
We could
so
just make 4.
This is half of the butternut squash. So they're going to be very large bags, but that's okay.
Butternut squashes can be big or little. It's really funny what you get at the grocery store.
It's true.
Well, I guess so can sweet potatoes.
Yes. Although I think in this recipe we specified the size of sweet potato.
It says small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look how colorful.
I know.
I'm excited too because you're getting a lot of variety. Because these sheet pan meals are lots of different proteins, lots of different vegetables.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like tons of variety. This is such a good one for fall too.
Oh, it really is. Because it's so pretty. Well,
okay,
and with the squash and the yams. We are gonna, it's a splash of olive oil in Cajun seasoning.
Here's the thing about this recipe. The garlic sausage, the flavoring from that garlic sausage actually kind of goes onto everything as it's cooking.
Yeah.
And so you do get that garlic flavor. So it's pretty flavorful on its own. The Cajun just adds an extra punch.
Oh, there's salt in them too.
Oh.
Sorry, I just let you get ahead of yourself.
I did get ahead of myself there. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gonna give these a shake. That's part of the fun, right?
Oh, look how pretty that is. You're right.
It is beautiful. Now, this one cooks up in 35 minutes in the oven. All of these cook up really quite fast.
And because you're cooking them all together, the flavors go together, but it's also ready at the same time. How nice is that?
Yeah, you don't have to time anything. Now, I'll tell you something else about this Cajun sausage and root vegetables, which is that on the day that you go to serve this, if you want to throw some potatoes on your tray, you can. You can just take baby potatoes and throw them on there, or cube some potatoes into pretty sizable
similar
chunks.
to your sweet
Yeah.
potato, right?
Yeah.
Like really, if it's just a half a sweet potato between 4 people, that's not a ton of starch, right? If you're a carb-loving family like mine. So yeah, lots of times I'll throw baby potatoes on there too, just throw them right in with the mix.
You don't want to put your potatoes into your freezer bag though, because there are certain situations that potatoes can go in your freezer. Like we've got a really good garlic mashed potatoes recipe, but then they're cooked. Or we have a lot of recipes using, like, we've got tater tot casseroles and beef hash, which is also kind of a casserole with the hash browns, and we've got hash brown casserole.
They're already cooked. They come frozen and cooked.
Yeah.
So obviously those can be frozen. So we use those, but don't freeze
like
raw fresh
potatoes.
They go mealy. The texture isn't
turn
nice.
black.
Yeah. So just add them fresh on the day of if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. We are over halfway done, and this hasn't really taken that long at all. Sounds like it's time for another testimonial. You read one while I get ready for the next meal.
Okay, you get things out, and I'm going to read. So, from Tina, we have, I just took the cheesy chicken tater tot casserole out of the freezer. Ooh, we were just talking about tater tot casseroles. For the first time. I'm thrilled with my membership and the freedom I've gained through freezer meal planning. I also love spending time with my freezer girls via your YouTube videos. Keep up the great work.
That's us. We have a YouTube channel.
I don't know if you know, but we are Freezer Meals 101 on YouTube. In case you haven't seen us there, you can go check that out. And we've got lots of videos on there of freezer cooking tips and a ton of recipes. And we have the craziness and madness of our mega sessions when we make over 100 meals.
You can go see them there. Like, they're long. You gotta like settle in.
It's like watching a movie.
Or you put them on while you're like doing other things.
Doing laundry.
You don't have to sit there and watch us for like 2 hours straight, but you could.
And Jean says, I'm so glad I joined the Freezer Meals 101 Club. 2 more meals heading into the freezer. Yum. Getting great ideas for future freezer meals.
Oh, I love her.
She is so sweet.
We know some of them. Like, you get to know your people after a while, right? Like,
yes. Okay,
I'm not ready.
one more?
You got time for one more.
I have become addicted to freezer cooking.
Aww.
It makes nights more smooth and way less stressful. My son absolutely loves the pizza wheels. I cannot make enough. The beef dip was so easy and tasted as if from a restaurant. The Dr. Pepper pork was a hit.
Oh, that's a good one.
Of course it was a hit. It's so good. All the pasta dishes I have done are surprisingly delicious as freezer meals. Thank you for making life in my house easier. Also, I wish I could make more at a time. Cannot wait to have a larger freezer. Thanks for all y'all do, Desiree.
People are buying larger freezers because of us.
True.
That is
We
so
are responsible
nice.
for some of the freezer sales in this country.
This one is our beef and broccoli. You might think, oh, they don't eat everything that they make. Well, generally we do. But I'm going to tell you something about this one. Charlotte has never eaten this one. She doesn't eat beef, and she's allergic to broccoli. So she's going to read it, and I'm going to build it.
Yes,
Because
I'm not touching the broccoli.
We don't even want her to touch the broccoli. I can smell the broccoli. It's frozen. You'll notice a difference in your PDF versus what we're doing here today, because in your PDF it said to have fresh broccoli florets, and we're cheating a bit, and we're putting frozen ones in. So if you went and chopped fresh broccoli, I'm very sorry that you had to go through that extra step for prep. And next time you'll be like, I'm just gonna make frozen.
Okay, our beef strips are in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Then 5 cups of broccoli florets in each bag.
So this is a 4-cup measure. I'm just gonna make it heaping.
Yeah, good enough.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pick that up.
I'll pick it up. Do you know what I like about doing the beef and broccoli? I get to take them both home.
It's true.
Like somebody in your family, she has a daughter who really loves broccoli and likes to eat it at my house.
Yeah.
And she's, oh, I miss broccoli. Who misses broccoli? This girl. Like, anyway. Sorry, I'm slow.
You're fine. Yeah, I'm making a mess.
Okay. 1 cup. This is why she's the builder and I'm the reader.
There's just broccoli
just like-
everywhere.
Like, you're just thinking, oh, it's so contaminated, I'm gonna like die. We won't kill her. I very rarely,
She's only poisoned me once.
really just the once.
Yeah.
After 10, and it was only like, it wasn't very long ago.
And it was with celery.
She's allergic to celery. This poor
I
girl.
know. What a mess.
Okay, broccoli.
Okay, broccoli is done. Now we are doing 1/2 cup of soy sauce. So 1/2 cup in each bag of the low sodium soy sauce. Now, we do not write low sodium soy sauce unless we mean low sodium soy sauce because
True.
these recipes have been tested. And we've tweaked them and we've figured out no
way, this needs to be low sodium.
Yeah.
So if you see that on one of our recipes, you trust us, please.
Yes. And then we're gonna do 4 cloves of garlic.
So I'm gonna just do like heapish.
Oh, that's giant. But
Is that-
you're eating them.
It's true. I did mention about measuring garlic with your heart.
She's always like, more salt, more garlic.
More salt, more garlic. It's true. Okay.
Now, 3 tablespoons of honey.
Oh yes.
Okay, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar.
Yeah, let's do that first because I
Honey
need the
last.
spoon and the honey's gonna get sticky.
Yes.
So it's okay to jump around, as long as you don't forget to go back
Yeah.
and do the thing. And I say that because I have forgotten to go back. Sometimes that happens.
So 2 tablespoons brown sugar. Oh, I almost messed you up there.
I was paying attention. It's okay.
Excellent.
We're just so glad that you're here with us. Oh my goodness. We love freezer meals.
Oh, it has made all the difference in our lives. So that's why we like get really passionate about sharing it with other people because I used to feel like such a failure at not being able to feed my family.
It's hard to adult.
And look at other moms and be like, I don't know how they do it. 2 tablespoons sesame oil. And now I'm like, oh, well, I don't know how they do it, but I know how I do it.
Yeah, and I think 2 tablespoons of sesame oil?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
That's a lot, but
You've eaten this.
I've eaten
You
it.
like
I
it.
seem to like it, so I'm happy with
I
that
can't vouch
amount.
for this recipe.
Boy.
But you said it's good.
It is good. I totally eat it all the time.
Now, for this one, 2 tablespoons rice vinegar.
Yeah.
For this one, you probably do want to make a starch on the side, like rice or something, because it's just your beef and broccoli and sauce.
We can do it
do
for the
have
next
more
one. I
rice
know
vinegar.
you do. Okay, so that's 2.
Now we're going to do, we got to do the honey before we forget.
Yeah.
So 3 tablespoons in each bag of honey.
I'm going to give this a little rinse anyway, because,
Sure.
I mean, I probably, 3 tablespoons in each?
Yeah.
It was quite solid, so I did warm it up a little bit to make it a little bit liquidy to put in. And so I just had to give it a stir. Yeah. Dishes. If we can do it without doing like a million dishes,
That's the sheet pan meal.
right?
And the nice thing about freezer meals too is like you're getting out your cutting board and you're doing prep for all these vegetables for like 10 meals.
Yeah.
You're not having to wash that cutting board 10 different times.
That's right.
If you were making the 10 meals one at a time, right?
Oh, listen, do you hear that sound? It's moms everywhere clapping. That was your joke. It's true though. Oh,
It is
it's
true. It is
So I
true.
measured that out pretty good.
You did great.
I'm just gonna
Sure.
do that last little bit in there.
I mean, why not? Okay. Then we've got
We can edit that out. Okay.
2 teaspoons of ginger. Now, we use the squeezy tube ginger because it's convenient. Again, just like the
brand new.
minced garlic.
Yeah, it's convenient. I don't notice a huge taste difference, but one of us does. So that's what we do.
Yeah, I don't
That's
like
okay.
to use just the powdered ginger. I like this
No.
tastes fresher to me.
2 teaspoons?
2 teaspoons. 1,
1,
2.
2. 1. I've measured a lot of teaspoons in my life. I'm an expert.
Salt,
Aha.
pepper,
That is some good salt.
cayenne pepper.
Awesome.
Just a tiny little bit. And these are adaptable, right? If you know that your family cannot do cayenne pepper, don't put any. If you know your family likes a lot of cayenne pepper or a lot of spice, put more. So, very adaptable.
I had sloppy spoons by that point, so I just did dash.
All good.
It's all good.
Now,
Mix-a-rooney.
I'm not going to help you mix.
You don't have to help me mix. And then we're gonna take a minute and wash our hand. We're gonna wipe down a little bit because, like, contamination. You want to have good hygiene, kitchen practices. You know, all the things,
Right?
right?
Cooking all the meals.
Ooh, this one's cold because of the
Frozen broccoli.
Oh, say it.
It's beautiful.
Right?
It is. Even I can admit that beef and broccoli is beautiful.
It's true. So, funny thing about these labels is you'll notice that there's like a lot of words on them, and sometimes that happens, and that's okay.
And that's just because the day you make this, you're gonna make a little cornstarch slurry and add it to thicken up the sauce,
Yeah.
which is super easy to do. But while Christy cleans up the broccoli, because I'm not gonna touch that, I'm gonna read you some more thoughts on our Freezer Meals 101 Club from people that are in it. Deborah says, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. The website is top notch and so easy to use. My daughter is extremely picky, so I cannot wait to save a plan with recipes she liked to make my life easier. Thank you, and thank you for making this so affordable." Now, Patty says, "Thank you, ladies. I've made freezer meals for a while now, but finding Freezer Meals 101 has been awesome. I can change the recipes in the club to cook 1 or 10 portions. I love that. We are enjoying the new recipes too. The red sauce is great. The hot roast beef sandwiches were a lifesaver during our busy camping trip over Halloween, and the meatball muffins are so good. The meatloaf recipe is amazing. Thank you so much. Now I can pull out a meal for 1 or 2, and I know my husband's eating well. He loves your club and doesn't even know it." I love that Patty said that.
Me too. Okay.
Okay. Oh, Robin says, "Loving the club, ladies. Learning how to use it and finding it wonderful. Thank you both for what you do for us."
Aww. Thanks,
And-
Robin.
When we made the club, and we should tell you for a second what the club is. It's like this mystery, this whole class, like we're talking about this thing, it's a way for you to be able to stack your freezer without having to figure out like what meals freeze and what don't, because all the recipes in there are designed for freezer cooking. They all have the instructions for freezer cooking, and they're tried and true. They don't make it into the club unless they've been thoroughly tested and we approve.
Absolutely.
And you just make a meal plan using those recipes. At the click of a button, you create your shopping list, and you can customize how many servings. So if you're cooking for 2, or if you're cooking for 10, or if you're wanting to double the recipes, or whatever it is you want, you do that first, and then you click that little shopping cart button, populate your shopping list. You can edit it to take out anything that you already have, print that off, take it to the grocery store, or just have it on your phone when you go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And it also prints labels. So you've got your cooking instructions right there. It enables you to filter by cooking method, by protein, by keywords, diet, all these different things.
Absolutely.
So if you have a 2-for-1 sale on beef strips like we did last year.
Oh yeah, we did.
You can just click the beef button or type in beef strips, and it'll populate all the recipes for that. That way you can take full advantage of that sale.
Yes.
And we've got club members that are saving $200 to $400 a month. Now, those are members that have a family of 4. So, you know, if you're a single person or if there's just 2 of you, you're gonna save a little bit less than that, but still.
Absolutely. For what it costs up front, the savings are so worth it. But it's beyond the savings. We are getting responses back, like, not just about the savings, but like I can be there for my kids. I can spend more time with them. I can help them with their homework. I can get them to soccer practice after school, and they have full bellies. She felt like she could be a better mom, and that's really special. That's what we're going for. Sorry, darn it.
Getting emotional.
I'm getting a little
freezer reels.
I'm so happy, and it helped us a lot. So we want that for you. We really want you to just go check out our page in the email about the club, and just really consider if this is something that's right for you.
And because you've joined us for this cooking class, after this next recipe, we're going to be sharing a coupon code with you so that you can save even more off of your club membership.
Right on. Well, let's get to our last one here.
Okay, so you know how Christy was saying that the Cajun sheet pan meal is like a favorite in their house, and it's a favorite here too. But this one, I can't even keep it in the freezer. Like, as soon as I make it, and I can make 2, I can make 4, it doesn't matter. They will make it like when I'm gone. They'll make it for their lunch. They'll make it like my kids see this in the freezer and they make it. And I mean, my kids are teens and young adults now, but they can easily make it because they're just throwing it on a sheet pan, and you know, and sometimes they make it with rice and sometimes they don't bother. So
this is true.
But it's that good. So this is our sweet and sour meatballs, and again, it's kind of a full meal. You can serve it with rice, of course, but everything is on the one sheet pan. So we've got our frozen meatballs in the bag.
Already in our baggie.
You can make homemade meatballs if you want to, and we do have a recipe in the club for homemade meatballs, but
there are keeners out there that will do that. But we're using frozen today because
done is better than perfect.
Done is better than perfect. Yeah.
And then we're doing 1 cup in each of frozen green beans.
I'm gonna use that little guy.
Absolutely. And we're gonna do 1 onion sliced. That's a giant onion.
We had some massive onions happening here, so I'm just gonna...
Maybe don't use it all.
No. Ooh, thanks. That's probably...
Yeah, that's probably an onion.
You think? That's
Yeah.
there. Oops, I lost an onion.
And then we're doing a can of sliced pineapple sliced pineapple slices. No, that makes no
Pineapple
sense.
rings.
Sliced pineapple.
Sliced pineapple. It's a round fruit.
Sliced pineapple.
And we just dump it right in on top there.
We drained them, and you know, you want to drain the pineapple juice into a cup and drink it because, you know.
Growing up at our house, if it was pizza day, then you fight over the juice, right?
Yep.
Anybody else? Just me? I don't know.
My kids totally fight over the juice. So in a bowl, we're going to mix together 1 cup of brown sugar. Now, you're actually gonna do 2 cups of brown sugar because you're doing this for the 2 bags, and you'll dump it into, you know, half in one bag and half in the other. Christy got me these measuring cups for my birthday.
So
and they're
cute.
pink and they're cute. And, you know, because if you're gonna cook, you might as well have fun and make it pretty. And
It's true. You are not wrong. What else do we put in there?
2 tablespoons flour. Oh, actually, it's gonna be 4 tablespoons flour because we're
that's a
making it for
cup,
2 recipes.
So 2 tablespoons per recipe is a 1/4 cup. So it does make it a little bit easier when you either have a cheat sheet with some of those kinds of measurements, or you just do this kind of stuff enough that
you know.
that you know.
Then we're gonna do 1 cup of vinegar because it's half a cup per recipe.
Vinegar.
Now, half a cup of water because it's a 1/4 cup per.
Okay. Water.
Now, 2 tablespoons soy sauce, or 4 tablespoons soy sauce, so I guess
We could do the 1/4 cup
a
again.
1/4 cup.
Now, if we were making this 1 meal at a time, we would have to like wash this bowl twice.
Yeah, we have
wash
less
it
dishes. So, 2 tablespoons ketchup total.
Okay.
So 1 tablespoon per recipe.
I don't measure ketchup.
Okay, she's just
1,
gonna throw it in there.
2.
And you're gonna whisk that together and pour it into the 2 bags.
That's pretty well mixed. And I'm just gonna eyeball it because we are at the end of our lesson. And it's okay. Ooh. Okay.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Well, let's get these mixed up.
Da-da-da-da.
And another tip that we will give you, when you're doing a lot of freezer meals at one time, you want to wear good shoes. Save your feet, save your back. Yep,
I don't know
we
if you
both
can
got
see
our
them back there.
runners on today. Oh, it's beautiful. And see this, because of the pineapple rings, it's hard to hide this one from my kids. Like, they can recognize it. They know, and the minute it's in there, like tonight, it's gonna be, we're eating that, and I'll be like, but I already took that lady's chicken out for the meal for tonight. And they'll have it as a midnight snack.
I think I took out hash brown casserole. We'll see. We'll see what we end up having tonight. I got a label on mine. You ready? Almost.
Almost. I find it's a little hard to get the air out of the ones that have frozen things in them.
They're a little bulky and less squishy.
Yes. Okay, that's better.
Sticker.
Sticker.
And there you have it. This, hopefully, maybe, could be your first stack. So speaking of first stack, that's going to be your coupon code.
That's right. So I have one more testimonial to read to you, and this is from Elizabeth, and she says, I have really enjoyed the Freezer Meals 101 Club. It made the meal preparation, dare I say it, easy and fun. What?
Can I say, did we have fun today?
Yes.
Yeah, we had some fun.
And we hope you guys had fun. Recipes, shopping lists, helpful hints, and the easy-to-use website are just some of the perks of joining the Freezer Meals 101 Club. I highly recommend the club to all those who are overwhelmed with life. Now, I don't think anyone could have said it better.
No.
This is what the
you're right.
club does for you, is it helps you with the overwhelm.
And
So
we
want
all
you to
have the
experience
overwhelm.
that.
We know it. We all know what we mean by that. This just helps take that little piece of it and gives you a little bit more control over that part of your life.
So in the next 48 hours, go to the club website. You'll find the link for that in the email that I sent you. You can also find a link in the description below. And you can feel like Elizabeth and Patty and Robin. You can feel like these people and feel like Christy and I now feel when we don't have that 4 p.m. dinner dread, when we can just go and open our freezer. We call it shopping from our freezer.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
So we just go and pull out whatever we feel like eating that day. And it's so much freedom. It's freed up so much mental space. So we want that for you. That coupon code will give you $20 off your first year. And it's already a really affordable price. You're gonna save more than
absolutely
the full year in your first month of using it. So we invite you to do that. We thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. And it was really great to be able to show you what we do. So we hope to see you in the club.
Happy cooking.
Bye.